Namaste to all. So let us continue our part 2 of marathon cost accounting. So let's wait for few. Cost accounting. In this session we are going to cover process costing and contract costing. Hi Nagaraju, hello. Just is it clear? Is it appearing clearly or not? Just tell me. Is video is clear or not? If video is clear we can go ahead, right? Put my pens aside. If video is clear please give me a comment. Hello. Now it will get clear. Somewhat blur. Okay, now it will be okay, I think. Okay, hope it is. Check your network. Someone is saying it is clear, someone is saying no. Nagaraju, please check your network. From my side it is clear. From my side it is clear. Just check it from your side, your end. So we are going to do process costing. Let's wait for few. At present online 4 are there. Please give 4 likes. That will make others to reach the class, right? So let us see process costing. Right, this is process cost working note. Okay, shall we start? Shall we start? Without wasting further more time, let us start the session. It's clear now. See, this one working note will give us the information relating to our process costing. So process costing generally is a method of costing where finished product we get after passing different processes. Like if you need to get sugar, I generally give this example itself. If you want to get sugar, first sugar cane will be processed. Okay, after processing sugar cane, okay, we'll get jaggery, that is bellam. Okay, good आता है. For further processing, okay, out of jaggery, entire jaggery is not used for further process. Some will be sold at the same process and remaining will be taken to the next process, right? So remaining will be taken, some portion will be further processed and we will prepare Kandasari sugar. What we will prepare? We will prepare Kandasari sugar. That is nothing but mystery. మన భాషలో చెప్పుకోవాలంటే. So process 1 నుంచి sugar will pass to the process 2. That is nothing but your Kandasari sugar. After processing mystery, okay, mystery also, entire mystery will not be sold. Some portion will be sent to the next process for making sugar. Okay, and after doing further processing we'll get sugar. So like that, in each process how much cost is incurred to get the output. And the beauty of process costing is process 1 output will become process 2 input. Process 1 output will become process 2 input, and process 2 output will become process 3 input. So first thing you need to remember under process costing is that calculation of normal loss or normal output, calculation of normal loss, normal output, abnormal loss or abnormal gain in units, and units transferred to next process or units sold. How many units have been processed for further and how many units are sold in the same process, that we need to do. And one more thing, please remember, if actual output, if what AO actual output is given in the question, then only there will be abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Abnormal loss or abnormal gain will be there only if there is, okay, Anna, actual output if given, then only there will be abnormal loss or abnormal gain, otherwise not. So let us see how to do this calculation. See particulars, process 1, process 2, process 3. I am assuming 3 processes are there. First input, first one is what? Input. In input there will be 1 units introduced. Generally in process 1 introduced will be there. Okay sir, check your network, for others it is clear. Liaquat, okay, units introduced is will come under process 1, and B bit transferred from okay previous process or other process. Okay, transfer from other process. Generally in process 1 there will not be any previous process, so there will not be any units. And if you add a plus b, okay, you will get total input. From total input we need to deduct to normal loss. What we need to deduct? We need to deduct normal loss. In normal loss there will be 2 things. One is weight loss, another one is scrap. If weight loss is there, that will be deducted. And what is the difference between weight loss and scrap means, okay, generally in chemicals and oil, other products, generally what happens, with evaporation weight will be lost. Okay, so weight loss will be there. Scrap is when there is realizable value. Whenever we do some process, okay, input, some portion will be lost. Okay, out of that if there is realizable value, then it will be called as scrap. Suppose we are making chairs, wooden chairs. Okay, some portion will be cut into pieces and some portion will be polishing and other things while doing finishing. It will be, what happens, lost. So scrap is something which has realizable value. Without realizable value, if anything is there, that is normal loss, then that will be weight loss. Okay, total A plus B, okay, that is weight loss plus scrap will become total normal loss. From input if you deduct normal loss, you will get normal output, that is NO we call. Okay, then we need to deduct plus or minus adjustment of abnormal loss or abnormal gain. When there will be abnormal loss, when there will be abnormal gain. Okay, this adjustment will be done if there is actual output in the question. If actual output is there, then only there will be abnormal loss or abnormal gain. So what is your actual output? Actual output will be given in the question, right? Normal output we have calculated. If normal output is more than the actual output, if normal output is more than the actual output, then there is abnormal loss, right? If normal output is less than the actual output, normal output ఎక్కువ ఉంది, actual output తక్కువ ఉంది. Suppose it is 1000 units and it is 900 units, 100 units is loss. Suppose it is 1000 units and it is 1200 units, then 200 units is gain. When we control our normal loss, then it will become abnormal gain. There will be one question based on this itself, short. Okay, and for short question answers, separate playlist, cost accounting playlist is there, you can do that one. Okay, let us do the further. So abnormal loss or abnormal gain, see one thing, either there will be abnormal loss or abnormal gain, both will not be in same process. In same process there will be either abnormal loss or abnormal gain, not both. Okay, not both will be there in the same process, right? Okay, so please remember that point. Okay, next. So from actual output, some portion will be transferred to next process and some are sent to warehouse, okay, to be sold. Okay, number of units sold and number of units transferred to next process. This next process units are nothing but process 1, say ISO input. So in input we said two things will be there, transfer from previous process here and units introduced if any. Sometimes along with the previous process units, additional units also introduced. In some problems it will be there, some problems it will not be, that is why we wrote if any. Okay, then again input, from that normal loss you will get normal output. If normal output is less, actual output is more, then there will be abnormal gain. Abnormal gain is nothing but actual output minus normal output. When there will be abnormal gain will be if actual output is greater than normal output, right? Next, again some units will be transferred to next process and some units will be sold. Sometimes there will not be any sale, so depending upon problem it will be. So next, process 2 we will write, and if any additional units are there in process 1, those will be taken. Total input minus, see after doing process 1 we need to do process 2, then we need to do process 3. And sometimes there will be a situation there is no abnormal gain or abnormal loss. When if your normal output is equal to actual output, when your normal output is equals to actual output, then there will not be any abnormal loss or abnormal gain, right? So and here there is no next process, entire amount will be transferred to warehouse for sale, finished goods we call it. Okay, hope till here there is no problem. I repeat once again, input, in input units introduced plus transfer from next previous process, right? Next we need to take normal loss, weight loss, scrap will have some realizable value. After deducting input, okay, after deducting normal loss from input you will get normal output. The difference between normal and actual output is nothing but abnormal gain and abnormal loss. Okay, let us do one problem relating to it so that you can understand it in better. Here is one question. Let us do one question relating to it. Okay, from the textbook we are doing. Okay, as in the last class some of the students said that they don't have the previous exam question papers. In this same video description I kept the Telegram channel link where you can find the previous exam questions, as well as in the same link we gave the Google Drive link of previous exam questions. You can download from there also. So let us do the problem relating to it. First we will do one problem. Have patience, one by one we will do. Okay, one problem we will do with weight loss as well as scrap. Okay, this question number 5 in textbook, page number uh, H8. Okay, this question. And I'm telling one more thing, important questions similar to this sixth question is there. You can work it out. After I am telling question number 5, you can do the question number 6. And we have one more question called question number 8. Okay, this question we will do. Next, question number 10 is one of the important question which is being asked in the exam more number of times. Question number 9, question number 10 is little tricky. These 4 questions we will do. Hope these 4 questions we will do, that will make you have knowledge about all the things. Okay, shall we go with okay, first problem we are doing without any abnormal loss and abnormal gain. Okay, next problem we will do with abnormal loss problem. Okay, later if possible we will do one more problem. This question number 14, very important one, previously asked question. Okay, in exam most number of times repeated question, question number 14. Okay, and if you do question number 16, if you do question number 14, 16 and this 9, 10, what I said, question number 5 and 6. Okay, and theory from process costing, even if you don't learn the contract costing then also no problem. Okay, but you need to do all these problems. Okay, so let us do the problem number 5. I'm explaining clearly one by one. Okay, go let us do the one by one, right? So let us take the question number 5 once. Hope it is appearing to you all, right? Shall I make it more clear near to you? Right, here we are. Okay, in place of X limited they will say P limited or some other name, but same question they asked in the exam. Here per unit cost is given na? At there they didn't give per unit cost, directly amount they gave. Okay, they made more easier than this one. This is little difficult one, they made more easier than this one. So let us see the ट्रेन चले जा रहा, 1 मिनट. I don't know why today it is happening like this. Let us see. अरे यार रुक ना. Right, X Limited produced a patent material in a building in the manufacturing of which 3 processes are involved. How many processes are involved? 3 processes. The material in the is produced in 3 consecutive grades, namely soft, medium and hard. Okay, figures relating to production for the first 6 months of 1988 are as follows. Process 1, process 2, process 3. Raw material used 1000 tons, cost per ton is 200. This is raw material cost. Okay, manufacturing wages and expenses 72,500, 40,800 and 10,170. Same question repeatedly been asked with different numbers in the exam. Okay, previous exam questions. There is weight loss of 5%, 10% and 20%. Okay, then scrap are units are sold at rupees 50 per ton. In first process 50 tons, in second process 30 tons, and in third process 51 tons are lost. Okay, 2/3 of process 1 and 1 half of process 2 are passed to next process. ఏమంటున్నారు, फर्स्ट प्रोसेस నుంచి 2/3 एंड सेकंड प्रोसेस నుంచి 1/2. पहले प्रोसेस में से 1/3 क्या हो रहा, वहीं पे सेल हो रहा, 2/3 नेक्स्ट प्रोसेस को जा रहा. इन सेकंड प्रोसेस 1/2 is transferred to the next process, remaining is sold in the same process. You are required to prepare an account of each process account we need to do. Let us do the problem. Okay, I am trying to clear it, don't worry, it will get clear. Right, here we are with the question. First we need to prepare working note relating to it. So let me do the working note first. Okay, working note, we are doing working note 1. Question number 5, Pankaj Publications, page number H8. Okay, so working note 1, calculation of normal loss, normal output, and normal output comma units transfer to next process, number of units transfer to next process, and next process and unit transfer to next process and unit sold. Right, why it is getting like this today, my god. Process 1, process 2 and process 3. Three processes are there, right? Process 1, process 2, process 3. In these three processes, what they give means, first A or 1 you can call it as input introduced, okay, input, under that units introduced, small a. B point is what? B point is units introduced, and B point is transfer from previous process, right? Then total input C. Next Point number B. From B, what we will do? Less normal loss. In this, what will be there? Normal loss. Under normal loss, 1 A is normal loss. In normal loss, 1 is weight loss, and B is scrap. Two things are there. So total it will be total normal loss. Total normal loss. Right? Total normal loss we will get. After that, here in this question there is no actual output. So C we will get normal output. From normal output transferred to warehouse for sale and transfer to next process. Two things we can write. One is transfer to next process, another one is transfer to warehouse. So one by one we will do. How many units are introduced? 1000 units introduced they gave. How many units? 1000 units. So units introduced in process 1000. Previous process is not there for process 1. So total input 1000 units. On 1000, weight loss in process 1 they said 5%. So input is how much? 1000 units into 5%. So 1000 into 5%, 50,000 into 5%, 50 units, right? 50 units. And scrap in process 1 is 50 units given in the question. So take 50 units given in the question as scrap. So scrap 50 units. Okay. So next, total 50 plus 50, total normal output loss 100 units. From 1000 if you deduct 100, okay, normal output will be 1000 minus 100. Normal output will be 900 units. Okay, out of 900 units transferred to next process 2/3. So 1/3 is transferred to warehouse. So transfer to warehouse of process 1 will be 900 into 1 by 3, because 2/3 is transferred to next process. Transfer to next process 2 by 3, right? So 2 by 3 of 900 and 1 by 3 of 900. 900 into 1 divided by 3, 300, right? And how many units transferred to next process? 900 into 2 divided by 3, 600, right? This is how we need to do. Next, these units will become here introduced to process 2, right? So previous process we are getting how many? 900. Out of 900, 600 transferred from process 1, P1 we wrote. Okay, process 1 you have got 600 and there is no additional unit. So 600 out of 600 there is normal loss of 10%. So write 600 into 10%, 60. And scrap given in the question you can see here 30 units. So write here 30 units as scrap. So total 60 plus 30, 90 units are normal loss. Out of 600 deduct 90. So it will be 600 minus 90, 510. Okay, 510 is normal output. 600 minus 90. So out of 510, half are sold and half are transferred to next process into 1 divided by 2, right? So 255, 510 into 1 by 2. and 510 into 1 by 2. 510 into 1 by 2, 255 and 255, right? So this 255 from process 2 to process 3 they are traveling. So process 2 से आए किस में, process 3 में. How many? 255 units. Is there any other introduced? No. So total input 255. Okay, out of 255 how much there is loss? 20%. So 255 into 20% weight loss. So 255 into 20% weight loss, 51 units. And scrap given in the question is also 51. So right here 51. So total 51 plus 51, 102. Out of 255 minus 102, 153 units is normal output, and there is no next process. So entire units will be transferred to warehouse for sales. This is nothing but finished goods, right? This is finished goods. Now we have calculated working note, and these units will be used while preparing process account. So let us do the process account now. What is process account? How to do process account? First one, process 1 account I am doing. Process 1 account. See how to prepare process account. One column will be amount column, another column units column. Credit side also one column units, one column amount. So particulars, units, rupees are amount. Okay, here also particulars, units, rupees. This is debit side, this is credit side. First two, material introduced, material introduced 1000 units at rupees 200 per unit. 1000 units we need to take at 200 rupees. 200 rupees. 1000 into 200. Okay, just calculate 1000 into 200. 1000 into 200. 1000 into 200. 1000 into 200. It will be 2 lakhs, right? 1000 into 200, 2 lakhs. Just a minute. So let us do the problem. So 200 rupees per unit is given in the question. We are taking that one. Okay. So 200 into 1000, 2 lakhs. Next to 2 manufacturing expenses given in the question. 2 manufacturing expenses or manufacturing wages. Given how much? 72,500. So 72,500 we need to take here debit side. Is there any other expenditure? No. By normal loss, by normal loss. Under normal loss, one we are having weight loss. How many units for process 1? Weight loss 50 units and scrap 50 units. Okay, weight loss 50, scrap 50 units, but scrap is sold at rupees 50 per ton, they said. So at rupees 50 into 50, for weight loss there is no value. For weight loss there is no value. For scrap there will be value. 50 into 50, 2500. 2500 we need to take. Okay, then we need to calculate cost per unit. What I am doing, the working note 2, calculation of cost per unit of process 1. Okay, so how to calculate that one? There is a formula. Cost per unit is equals to cost incurred in the process. What? Cost incurred in the process minus amount realized from normal loss divided by normal output. What it is? Normal output. So cost incurred in the process is nothing but debit side total. How much it is? 2 lakhs plus 72,500. Okay, so credit side is less, we can write directly here 2,72,500. so from 2,72,500 minus amount realized from normal loss is 2,500 divided by normal output. You can check working note 1. Okay, B bit. Normal output is how much? Normal loss is 100 and normal output 900. So 900 units normal output, you take here 900 units. Okay, so from 2,72,500 minus 2,500. 2,72,500 minus 2,500. 2,70,000 rupees divided by 900 units. So cost per unit will become, divided by 900, it will become rupees 300 per unit. Now here how many units transfer to next process? Okay, cost of units transfer to warehouse. We are sending 300 units into rupees 360,000 and cost of units transfer to process 2. Okay, process 2 600 units are there. 600 unit into rupees 300, it will be 6 3s are 18. So 1,80,000 it will be. Same thing we are going to write here in the process account. By warehouse. Okay, 300 units. Sir, where you got 300? Where it is? We have calculated in process 1 300 units and next process 600 units. These values only will be useful for us. Okay, go to working note and see there. Okay, you write here, if you want, write there working note 1 and by process 2 account, process 2 account 600, and these are valued at cost per unit, at cost per unit of rupees 300, right? At cost per unit of rupees 300. So 300 into 300, 300 into 300, oh, 300 into 300, 90,000. I wrote here 60 by mistake. Okay, now make a correction over here. 60, 30 into 30, 90,000. Right there, warehouse 90,000, and remaining you take it as balancing figure. Okay, from 2,72,500, 2,72,500 minus 2,500 minus 90,000, 1,80,000. You make 1,80,000, and always take this one as balancing figure. If there is any fractional amount, ikkadante manaku 300 direct ga vachesindi. We have got 300 round figure. Sometimes it will be in points. At that time you take this as a balancing figure so that you can get same debit side total on the credit side. Okay, this is how we need to do. Process 1 account we did. Next we need to do process 2 account. What? Here I am writing process 2 account, and be careful with the process 2 account. Okay, because in process 1 there is material introduced. In process 2, material received from process 1 will be there. So when we are writing, first we need to write what we have received from process 1. First we need to write that one. So particulars, units, rupees, particulars, units, rupees. I am explaining as I explained in the class itself, though it is a revision class, because many students are asking for process costing. I am explaining this one. So to process 1, how many units we got from process 1? This is closing value na 600. That same we need to write here, 600 units at cost per unit of 300. So 1,80,000. Same thing we will take here, right? Then is there any other material? No, there is no additional material. So write to manufacturing wages given in the question, 48,000 some change, 40,800. So take 40,800 here. There is no other thing. So by normal loss, under that one is weight loss. In process 2, go back and see here, calculated weight loss 60 units and scrap 30 units. So take here weight loss 60 and scrap 30, and scrap is calculated in the question given at rupees 50 per unit, at rupees 50. So write at 50. 50 into 30, 1500, right? 1500. Now again we need to calculate working note 2, working note 3. Now calculation of cost per unit of process 2 account. Okay, calculation of process 2 account. Okay, so let us see what is being there. Cost per unit is equals to debit side total we need to take. So take the total of debit side. Do the total, 1,80,000 plus 40,800. So it is 2,20,800. From 2,20,800, 2,20,800 minus 1,500 rupees normal loss. divided by normal output. What is normal output for process 1? You can see here working note 1 CB 510 units, 510 units, working note 1. Okay, everything you have calculated in the working note 1, that's we are taking. So minus 1500, so 2,19,300 rupees divided by 510 units, 510 units divided by 510, so rupees 430 per unit. And cost of units transferred to warehouse, we have transferred 255 units into 430 rupees. So 430 into 255, 1,09,650. And cost of units transferred to process 3, 255 units into 430 rupees, again 109,650, same will come, right? So these calculations whatever we are doing, we need to write in the process account credit side. By warehouse, 255 at the rate rupees 430, 430 into 255, 109,650. And by process 2 account or 3 account, this is from process 2 we are transferring 255 units, and this will be your balancing figure, right? So same amount 109,650 because same amount is there. And debit side 600, credit side also 600, 2,20,800, right? Here also we need to write units column, I forgot. 1000 units, 1000 units total. Next, process 3 account, process 3 account. In process 3 account, similar to process 2, we need to do one units column, one amount column, debit side, credit side. Particulars, units, rupees, particulars, units and rupees, right? Again, to process 2, from process 2 we got 255 units at rupees 430, 1,09,650 to manufacturing wages. Similar question is asked twice in the exam. Okay, amount is 10,710. They may change the values, but similar question is there. By normal loss, in normal loss, weight loss, scrap, both 51 units at 51 at 50 rupees. So 51 into 50, 2,550. Now again we need to do the working note. Working note 4, calculation of cost per unit of process 3 account. Debit, cost per unit is equals to debit side total, right? debit side total 109650 plus 110,710, 1,20,360. So right here 1,20,360 minus, what is your scrap, 2550 units divided by normal output. Normal output for process 3 is how many units? Normal or output 153 units. So right here 153 divided by 153 units. So minus 2550, it is rupees 1,17,810 divided by 153 units. Okay, so therefore cost per unit equals to rupees 770 in process 3. And finished goods value, finished goods value you can calculate here, or directly you can write there. How many units are there? Finished goods 153 units into rupees 770. So 770 into 153, right? 1,17,810 by finished goods transfer to warehouse or trading account. This is your balancing figure, 153 units, 1,17,810, both sides 1,20,360. This is how you need to do. But when there is abnormal loss or abnormal gain, when there is abnormal gain, especially don't write the total with the pen, do with the pencil, because abnormal gain again will come here. So you need to take the total. Hope you have got. Without abnormal loss problem we have completed. Let us do one problem with the abnormal loss. Okay, now question number 5 we did. Question number what we call question number 6 is similar to question number 5. Question number 8 and question number 9, 10 are there. Tell me which one I need to tell. आप बोलो 10 तो कैसे भी बताना है. Other than that, if it takes more time, no problem na. Hello, if process account itself takes 1 hour, no problem na, 1 more hour. Hello, hello, hello. Please give a comment in the chat box so that I can understand. Shall we continue with the process costing? One more problem, 10th one I will tell. If you want, we can do question number 14. Okay, question number 14. Okay, question number 14 we will do later. First we will do question number 10. Small logic is there and most number of times it been repeated. I expect this question again. Okay, very small logic is there. The logic is nothing but very simple one. In process costing, what we said, input of process 1 will be the process 2. Sir, in unit 1 theory what should we read? Madam Divya, I think it is Divya, Divya Sri, I have uploaded cost accounting important questions list, in which unit 1 theory questions, 5 questions I have explained, you can learn from them. Okay, unit 1 theory questions, uh, you can learn from that list. You can check it in my playlist, uh, okay, cost accounting playlist, or you can see the previous, sorry, not previous, fifth sem important questions list is there. For fifth sem, whatever important questions subjects are there, all subjects are there except one subject, that is your e-commerce. And you can find e-commerce important questions at Anu Computer Education, that is my colleagues, my friend, my brother's channel. You can get the details from there. Okay, remaining all important questions list is available, you can check it. Okay, Anu Computer Education. These all are available in my channel, and one e-commerce is available at SAR's channel, Anu Computer Education. Let us do the problem number 10, which is most important one. Okay, don't worry about contract costing, we will do contract costing also. Okay, first let us see question number 10, because it is most number of times repeated one. Make out the necessary accounts from the following details. Material 30,000 and 3,000, labor 10,000, 12,000, overheads 7,000, 8,600, inputs units, it is units only 20,000, and this 20,000 is for this 30,000 rupees. Okay, as any other rate is not given. In previous question 1,000 units per unit, how much they said, here they didn't said, means this 30,000 material is relating to this 20,000 units itself. Normal loss 10%. The value of scrap of wastage per unit is 1. Weight loss is different from wastage, 1 rupee. And in process 2 there is 4%, and input for process 2 is 17,500, and sale value of wastage scrap is 2 rupees. There was no opening or closing stock of work in progress. Final output, please remember, when output is given, whenever output is given, please remember that there will be abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Okay, the final output of process B is 17,000 units. How many thousand units? 17,000 units. So process 1, process A, input is there but output is not there. Process B, input output both are there, right? Then how to do this problem? That is the question, main question, right? So put the heading, and this is previously asked twice in the exam, I am saying it. Okay, question number 10, page number H10. Similarly we will do in the class also, like this only, right? Now working note 1, calculation of, the only trick here is when they give actual output, we should easily understand that there will be either abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Otherwise there is no abnormal loss, abnormal gain, only weight loss or scrap problem will be there. Normal calculation of normal loss, normal output, abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Okay, abnormal loss and abnormal gain. Process, two processes are there, process A and process B, right? So write those only here. Particulars process A and process B. Okay, process A and process B, two processes are there. Oh my god, why it is today it is happening like this. A input, let us do fast. Input under that small a units introduced. B transferred from previous process. Then total input. Please write along with me, that would be better for you. You can also complete the revision ones with few questions. Less normal loss. Here in the normal loss they gave only one thing, right? Okay, normal loss, leave one line and write C normal output. Normal output we call it as NO. Then D plus or minus abnormal loss or abnormal gain, right? So under this minus abnormal loss or plus abnormal gain, and finally E actual output AO, and see the question and take the details. Input 20,000 units. Input 20,000 units in process 1. Previous process is not there for first process, so total input 20,000. And normal loss for process 1 is 10%. So 20,000 normal loss, 20,000 into 10%, it will be 2,000. Normal output is nothing but A minus B, that is 20,000 minus 2,000, right? 18,000. This is normal output, right? Actual output we don't know, but actual output for process B is given 17,500. How much? 17,500. And process B input is given, process B output is 17,000, sorry, here it is 17,000, and process B input, total input is 17,500. There is no additional material, right? So from where this 17,500 has come? The simple logic, please remember this point. Note, process A output will be process B input. Process A output is process B input, means this input is nothing but process A output, right? 17,500. Okay, hello Aki Wiki, if you are having important questions, you share it later. 17,500, 18,000. Okay, so 18,000 and 17,000, which one is more? Abnormal, normal output and actual output. Actual output is less, normal output is more, then there will be abnormal loss. If in my Telegram channel you can share, I I already have important questions, no need of yours. If at all you want to share, you can share it there, or share the link. You want to help your friends, you can help through, okay, by posting the link of those, okay, important questions, okay, you can share it there. You mention the link of your important questions, okay. If you want to do help, don't disturb the class. If normal output is greater than actual output, then there will be abnormal loss. So abnormal loss is how much? 18,000 minus 17,500. You can share those in the same comment section by giving the link of those important questions. 500, right? So 18 minus 500, 17,500. Now let us go to the process B account. Process B account, 17,500 into what is normal loss in process B. It is given how much percentage? 4%. So write there 4%. Okay, so 17,500 into 4%, 700 units. So if you deduct 700 from 17,500, 16,800, right? Now 16,800 or 17,000, which one is more? Normal output is less, actual output is more. Okay, if actual output is greater than normal output, then it is abnormal gain. So 17,000 minus 16,800, how many units gain? Abnormal gain 200 units, right? So how these will appear in the process class, let us do. The key thing is this: process 2, okay, 7,500 input is nothing but process A output, process B input is process A output. This is the key thing you need to understand in the question. एग्जाम वाला కూడా गुर्तु रावाले. अगर ये समझ में आ गया तो 10 के 10 मार्क, 12 मार्क मिल जाते, 10 भी नहीं, बस. नेक्स्ट, so let us write here process A account, process A account, units rupees, particulars, right? So to material given in the question 20,000 units, and that is cost of 30,000. So 30,000 amount and 20,000 units we need to take. Next thing, see in the question, labor 10,000, overhead 7,000. So 2 labor 10,000, 2 overheads 7,000. Okay, by normal loss in process 1 A 2,000 units, and it is cost of rupees 1 per unit. So 1 into 2,000, 2,000. Now first we need to calculate working note to calculation of cost per unit of process A. So cost per unit is equals to cost incurred in the process minus amount realized from normal loss divided by normal output. That formula you need to write. Here I am not writing since we already written once. So in the exam you need to write. Okay. Debit side total 30,000 plus 7,000, 37,000 plus 10,000, 47,000. Total it is 47,000. Right here 47,000 minus rupees 2000 normal loss, right, rupees 2000 normal loss divided by normal output 1800 units for process A. So 18,000 units. Okay, that one working note, one C bit. Okay, this one working note will give you entire units related information of total process costing. So 18,000 units. So what is the cost per unit? 45,000 divided by 18,000 units. Okay, rupees 2.5 per unit. So cost per unit 2.5. There is abnormal loss in process 1, that will be written credit side. So value of abnormal loss. Okay, here I am calculating value of abnormal loss. Abnormal loss units into cost per unit. How many units abnormal loss? 500 units. 500 units into 2.5. So 2.5 into 500, 1250. Similarly, let us go to here. By abnormal loss 500 units at the rate cost per unit 2.5. So 2.5 into 500 into 2.5 I am doing again, 1250 by process B. By process B, balancing figure will be, so 20,000 units and 47,000 debit side total. Credit side also same we need to take. Balancing figure you take from 20,000, 2,500 if you deducted 7,500 units, sorry 17,500 units, and value 47,000 minus 47,000 minus 2,000 minus 1250, 43,750. I am saying it again. Closing balance you take last value as balancing figure only, don't multiply the things. Even it is at 2.5 rupees only. Okay, at 2.5, but don't multiply. Sometimes here it is round figure, you will get 17,500 into 2.5, but if it is 2.41 like this, if you do multiplication, you may not get debit side credit side matching. So take the balancing figure as. Next, let us do process B account. Process B account. One is units, rupees, particulars, units, rupees. Okay, units and rupees we have taken. Now to process A, From process A we got 17,500 units at rupees 2.5. How much? 43,750. 43,750. And additional information given in the question. Material, additional material 3,000. 2 material, write it in order column. Then 2 labor, 2 labor, it is 12,000, so 12,000. Next we are having overheads, so 2 overheads, take 8,600, right? By normal loss, normal loss, how many units it is? Normal loss in process 2, sorry, process B, normal loss 700 units. So right there 700, and each unit is sold at rupees 2 per unit, 2 per unit. So 700 into 2 per unit, 1400. Now there is abnormal gain in this, so don't do the total and write here. We need to take down. So right here working note 3, calculation of cost per unit of process B. Cost per unit is equals to debit side total 43,750 plus 3,000 plus 12,000 plus 8,600. Check it once. 43, 3,000, 12,000, 8,600. Total 67,350 also. Minus normal loss 1400 divided by normal output. What is our normal output? Go back and check normal output. 16,800 is there. So 16,800 units. So minus 1400 rupees 65,950 divided by 16,800 units. Okay, so divided by 16,800, it is 3.925 we are getting. So let us calculate. Here we are having abnormal gain, so here I am calculating abnormal gain value. This abnormal gain, what I am doing just now, will come as a short question. Abnormal gain units into cost per unit. So abnormal gain 200 units into 3.925. Shall we take 3.925 into 200? It is 785. So right, abnormal gain will come debit side to abnormal gain. So abnormal gain 200 units at 3.925, 785. So take the total. Debit side 17,700 units, credit side also 17,700 units it will be, because by finished goods Actual output 17,000 units at 3.925. Do the total of debit side, that is already we have calculated 67 debit side total 67350 plus this amount, all four we have already added. This is 67,350 by adding all that plus 785. So debit side total 68,135. Write the same thing, credit side 68,135. From that deduct 1400, 66,735. Okay, by 66,735. ఇంకు ఈ పెన్ను బాగాలేదు, పరిశాన్ చేస్తుంది. So this is the balancing figure we have taken. So this is how you need to do process costing with abnormal loss and abnormal gain. Okay, check it once. So we'll do one more problem, important one. I said 14th one, right? Let us see 14th one, process costing. Question number 14. Shall we continue? Hello. Process costing question number 14. Check. Where is the textbook? Right. Here is the question number 14. See, I'll explain through my notes so that we can wrap it up quickly. కొంచెం తొందరగా కంప్లీట్ చేయొచ్చు. అట్లయితే మొత్తం ప్రాబ్లం చేయాలి అంటే టైం ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. సో క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 14. హియర్ ఈస్ క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 14. 950, 847, right? Same question I'm saying na. One time here it is Z limited na. They said P limited or X limited. Okay, product Z is there. They said product P or product X in one question paper, and this is 3 rupees itself there. Okay, but values 10 extra, 10 extra, 10 extra. In another question, they made it as 6 rupees. They made this as per unit value double every amount is doubled, and they made, instead of 3 rupees they made 6 rupees and doubled these values. Okay, they didn't do anything to these values are doubled. Okay, and in one more question 6 has again doubled and they gave 12. So 3 times repeatedly asked question this is. Okay, how many times? 3 times it is been asked. Right, so let us do this. Okay, question number 14. This question repeatedly asked question. Okay, hope again will be asked. Product Z is obtained after it passes 3 distinct processes. The following information is obtained from the accounts for the month of ending December 1979. Okay, total 7542, and process 1 total it is 2600 direct material. For process 2 it is 1980. For process 3 it is 2962. Right. Okay, next we are having direct wages 9000, 2000, total is 9000. Process 1 2000, process 3 2 3000, process 3 4000. And production overheads, put a star mark, this is highlight one, 9000. And 1000 units at 3 rupees per each were introduced in process 1, means 1000 into 3 rupees we will take it as input. There was no stock of material or work in progress at the beginning or at the end of the period. These type of questions will be asked with opening stock, closing stock in PG level, not at degree level. So that is why they said there was no opening stock, closing stock. The output of each process passes directly to next process, and finally finished stores. Production overheads is recovered 100% on direct wages. Whatever your direct wages are there, on that do 100%, means 2000 into 100%, 2000, 3000 into 100%, 3000, 4000 into 100%, 4000. Right, this is what they are saying. Production overheads are recovered 100% of direct wages means. And process 1 2 3 output during the month. Process 1 is 950, process 2 is 840, process 3 is 750. Normal loss 5%, 10%, 15%, and scrap value 2 rupees, 4 rupees, 5 rupees each process. So let us see the answer relating to it. Okay, I'll do one by one, you just go through it, you will understand. Okay, because it is getting late, I don't want to take your more time, as it is preparation time for you all also, so I don't want to waste your time. So अभी आपको समझ में आ गया ना दो प्रॉब्लम क्लियरली समझाने के बाद. Now you can see with the material. So material introduced in process 1 1000 units, transfer from other process or previous process nil, because it is the first process. So total input 1000. Normal loss 5%, 1000 into 5%, 50 units. If you deduct 1000 minus 50, normal output will become 950, right? And actual output is given in the question 950. When your actual output, normal output are equal, there is no abnormal gain or abnormal loss. Nil, dil, nil, nil, dash. Okay, then process 2, this process 1 output will become process 2 input. So P1 process 1 we have got transfer from other process, introduced are nil, transfer from previous process 950. So 950 total input into 10%, they said 950 into 10%, 95 normal loss. If you deduct 950 minus 95, 855, this is your normal output. From normal output Actual output is how much? 840. Normal output is more abnormal loss. Okay, if abnormal loss is when, if normal output is greater than actual output, abnormal loss, normal output minus actual output, 855 minus 840, 15 units. Okay, this is abnormal loss, please remember. And this actual output will become process 2 to process 3. So process 3 input is from process 1, process 2, 850 units. 850, there is no additional input, so 840, I said 850 by mistake, नींद आ रही मुझे भी. Okay, 840 into 15%, 125, no, 126. 840 into 15%, 126 units. Deduct 126 units from normal input, normal loss, then you will get normal output 715, and your actual output is 750 units. How many units? 750. So process 3, there is abnormal gain. In one process there is no abnormal gain, abnormal loss. In another process there is abnormal loss. In another process there is abnormal gain. Right? Let us prepare process 1 account. Process 1 account, I'll show one by one. Is this okay? Shall I explain through notes or shall we do it? Just tell me. If we do, it will take more 20 minutes if we solve the problem. If we continue with the notes, we can complete in 10 minutes. Just tell me, what shall we do? Hello? कुछ तो बता दो, नहीं बता रहे. Okay, process 1 account. Process 1 account I am doing. See, in process 1, see the textbook. Direct, there is input 1000 units at 3 rupees each, 3000, and material given in process 1 2600, direct wages 2000. So 2 direct material 2600 and direct wages 2000. Production overheads 100% of direct wages, 2000 into 100%, 2000. Debit side total 1000, and 3000 plus 2600 plus 2000 plus 2000, 9600 total. And by normal loss, how many units? 50 units. Okay, normal loss 50 units at 2 rupees per unit, 100. Process 3 account, we need to take the first cost per unit value. 9600 debit side total minus amount realized from normal loss 100 divided by 950. So we are getting cost per unit 10 rupees. So process 2, from process 1, process 2, output is how much? 950 into 10 rupees, 9500 balancing figure. Total it both sides same. Next, process 2 account. In process 2, first what we will write? Heading will be particulars units rupees, particulars units rupees, right? From process 1 we got 950 units at 10 rupees per unit, so 950. 2 material given in the question 1980 and wages 3000. So here we will write 2 direct material 1980, 2 direct wages 3000, and production overheads 100% of direct wages. 3000 is direct wages into 100%, 3000. Next, by normal loss, first we will write 95 units at 4 rupees scrap value they give. 4 rupees per unit it is. So we are taking into 4 rupees, 3380. 380 is your normal loss value. First we need to calculate cost per unit. Cost per unit is nothing but total debit side total 17,480 minus 380 divided by normal output 855 units. okay, which we calculated in working note 1 CBIT. So 17,100 divided by 885, 20 rupees per unit we are getting. This is rupee symbol. 20. So 20 by abnormal loss in process 2 account, by abnormal loss is there 15 into 20, 300. Okay, process 3. Final output of process 1, 840 units at 20 rupees, 16,800. Take it as a balancing figure. So debit side, credit side, total get tallied. Next, process 3 account we need to do. In process 3 again same particulars, units rupees, particulars units rupees. So in process 3 account, first we need to take to process 2 account at 20 rupees, 840, 16,800, whatever previous value is there, that will come here. And direct material relating to process 2 is 2962. So right here 2962. 2 direct wages 4000. Production overheads 100% of direct wages 4000. And by normal loss rupees 5 per unit, 125 into 5, sorry, 126 into 5, 630. Now calculation of cost per unit. Debit side total we need to take. Okay, before adding this abnormal gain. So totals are 16,800 plus 2962 plus 4,000 plus 4,000, 27,682. Don't take the abnormal gain now itself. This will be taken later after calculating this. So minus 630 divided by normal output 714 units. So 38 rupees we have got per unit value, 38. Now abnormal gain 36 units into 38 rupees, 1368. Add that one, you will get 29,130. And by finished goods at 38 rupees, 750 units of finished goods in process 3, 28,500. This is how you need to do. But sometimes in the question they will ask you to prepare normal loss account, abnormal gain account, abnormal loss account. So how to solve, how to prepare normal loss account, abnormal loss account and abnormal gain account, we are going to see now. So here we are having normal loss, abnormal loss and abnormal gain related accounts. One by one I will explain. Please look at here. First we are preparing normal loss account. Okay. To process 1. In process 1, credit side you will find normal loss. So in normal loss account we will write to process 1, 50 rupees into 2 rupees each, 100. Buy cash, sale of scrap 2 rupees into 50 units, 100. Process 1 is over. Similarly we need to do process 2. Process 2, 95 into 4 rupees, 380. Buy cash 95 into 4, 380. Then process 3, very important one. In process 3 there is abnormal gain, so be careful. To process 3, 126 units at 5 rupees each, 630. By abnormal gain, please remember this point. When normal loss is reduced, it will become abnormal gain. So 36 into 5 rupees, 180. By cash sales remaining 90 units, 450. Then abnormal loss account. Okay, units rupees. To process 2 account there is 15 units normal loss into 20 rupees, 300. Buy cash, even if process 2 units are lost, you can sell at 4 rupees now. So 4 into 15, 60 it will be. Then the balancing figure will be by costing P&L account or profit and loss account. You can write 240, 300 minus 60. And very important account, abnormal gain account. Okay, what is abnormal gain account? How to prepare? See, in process 3, abnormal gain is which side? Debit side, right? To process 3, in process 3, 2 abnormal gain 36 units at 38 rupees 136. Same will come credit side by process 3, 36 units in rupees column 136. And see the normal loss account here. In normal loss account we wrote by abnormal gain 36 units at 180 because 5 rupees each. Okay, we can sell in the market. So though there is gain, if it is not gain it would be loss. If it is loss you could sell at 5 rupees. ఒకవేళ అది గెయిన్ కాకపోతే లాస్ అవుతుండే, లాస్ అయితే 5 రూపీస్ లాగా అమ్మితే మనకు పైసలు వస్తుండే కదా. సో యాక్చువల్ గెయిన్ ఎంత అన్నది కనుక్కోవడానికి ఏం చేస్తామంటే డెబిట్ సైడ్ వి విల్ రైట్ టు నార్మల్ లాస్ from where you got this abnormal gain unit from reducing the normal loss. So 2 normal loss 36 into 180. Okay, difference between credit side and debit side to casting P&L account balancing figure 1188. So this is how we need to prepare the cast abnormal gain account. Hope you have understood. It is almost 1 hour 40 minutes. We are still doing process costing only, right? Because each problem relating to process costing differs based on the information given. In the time 12 okay done. So shall we do one more problem relating to process costing, or shall we go for contract costing? Hello, mic testing 1 2 3. सर जल्दी बोल दो जो भी ऑनलाइन पे है. See boss, one more last but not least, contract costing is there. So for contract costing what you need to do? See, contract costing. See, in contract costing problems will be like this. Single period contract problem, another one is multiple period. Multiple period means more than one accounting period information will be given. Okay, in single period we may be having problems like this. One is single contract. Okay, another one is multiple contracts. More than one contract is multiple contract. Means information will be given relating to more than one contract is multiple contract. Like in the information itself, contract 1, contract 2, contract 3, like this information will be given in the question. That is called multiple period contract. Okay, in single contract there will be problems like this. One is incomplete contract. What is it? Is incomplete contract. Okay, based on this problem will be solved. Okay, incomplete contract. Okay, how much amount to be transferred to P&L account? From notional profit how much we need to transfer to P&L account, that will be asked. And one is completed contract. One problem is there in the book. And next, nearly completed contract. So these are the questions. And sometimes I am saying, if you are preparing contract costing and not preparing process costing, you may get a special problem. Okay, special problem is what? Special problem is when trial balance is given. When trial balance is given, we need to do balance sheet also. So these are the different problems relating to contract costing. So I have made 4 videos. Okay, 4 videos are available relating to contract costing. You can check it from the playlist. Contract costing separate playlist is there. Okay, you can find in my YouTube channel relating to cost accounting means material detail is there, labor is there, job costing one problem is there, unit output costing, unit or output costing, 4 videos are there that will cover the your unit output costing. And contract costing 4 videos are there that will complete your contract costing. And theory, first unit theory, all questions are there. So everything is covered in playlist. You can see cost accounting, you can find it, or else material, labor separate. Labor also there, labor also. And one more thing, if possible I'll upload a few more videos meanwhile tomorrow. So if you cover these 4 videos, your contract costing will get covered. So hope this is useful to you all. It is already 10:51, so we'll end the session here. Please give your valuable comments and share this video to your friends. And I'm clearly saying, this 2 parts, part 1 and part 2 marathon, whoever has saw or whoever has did the revision, that marathon covers entire your cost accounting except theory part. Okay, theory part we can do it. And one more special list is there, playlist relating to short question answers. Okay, 6 videos are there, 6 to 7 videos are there relating to previous exam questions. You can cover that 20 marks from there. Okay, remaining we have covered in this marathon. Process costing, contract costing, 4 videos additionally are there, those you can see. And job costing we have done here, labor we did, material we did. See, material, stores ledger, clearly problems are there, you can do it from there. Any more doubts you can ask. If you have any doubts you can ask. Okay, Aki Vicky, are you there? Aki Vicky, if you are there, please share those details and that will be useful for them. What happened? No replies from you. Shall I end here? So see, this is just revision videos. So practice very well. I believe in only one thing, efforts. Okay, your efforts will only gives you results, right? So if you want good result, what you need to do, you need to put efforts. Hope this will be useful for you all. Tomorrow you just practice whatever you did. If you any doubts, you can watch the videos. You can watch at 2x, multiply with 2x or 1.5x, 1.25. Okay, at this speed you can watch the videos, you can cover it. Okay, and last but not least, thank you all, uh, and share this to others who might not saw the online, but this video will help them. I'm saying all those are covered. So give your best, because prepare the best, परफॉर्म बेटर देन दी रेस्ट. दैट इज़ दी थिंग आई विल से. सीखते रहो, क्योंकि सीखना बंद तो जीतना बंद. कास्ट अकाउंटिंग में सबको क्या लाना है? ओ लाना है. ओ ऐसा ओ आया तो स्माइल आ जाएगी, राइट? सो ऑल द बेस्ट. सीखते रहिए, सीखना बंद तो जीतना बंद. जय हिंद.